Good afternoon to everyone. I'd like to thank for the invitation to speak here at the Battery Spotlight. I think it's very fortunate that Michael just presented his plans for AES in Portugal. I know them for some time now, but it's good to hear them out loud here. So my name is Diogo Fula. I'm the general manager for the battery cluster in Portugal, and I'll be guiding you how we're building the Portuguese battery ecosystem here in Portugal. So as a country, we're not in a geographically central position, as you know. In fact, we're the westernmost country in continental Europe, and with a land area that's about 20% of the size of Spain, we're not a huge country. Spain is our only land neighbor, and to the west and south, we're bordered entirely by the Atlantic Ocean. Sorry, by just doing a general context. But also, Portugal stands out in some key areas. We have one of the highest shares of renewable electricity among the EU countries. Often, we're exceeding 60% of the total electricity produced or consumed. It's from renewables, and in 2024 is the highest here. It was considered the second highest exposure to renewables, following closely Denmark with 87.5% of total consumption by renewables. Portugal also holds the ninth largest lithium reserves in the world, making it a key player in Europe's raw materials supply. And the country has some key advantages that make it an interesting place to invest in the sector. Some of them is the abundance of engineer personnel, also chemists, etc. Lower than usual wage by European standards, and energy prices which are very competitive when compared to Central Europe, for example. Most recently, the country has become a destination for major investments in the battery sector, from lithium extraction to lithium refinery, but also cathode material production, cell and battery assembly, and also recycling within the country. When it comes to natural resources, Portugal is fortunate to have lithium reserves, significant by European standards. These reserves mainly come from spodumene-rich pegmatites, and current estimates point to around 60 million tons of lithium content, 39 of which are from Savannah Resources, which is the most advanced mining that we have in Portugal, which is going to start production in 2028. We also got distinguished with 4 EU strategic projects under the Critical Raw Materials Act, 2 of them for lithium extraction, 1 for lithium refining, and 1 for copper and zinc extraction. Given the scenario and the upstream activation of this segment as already triggering additional investments across the other stages of the battery value chain, including refining, cathode active materials, and also cell manufacturing. Consider all announcements that we've seen in the last year or so, or in the last 2 years. All investments come close to 7 billion euros of investment, corresponding roughly to 2.2% of national GDP. Currently, we have 60 associate paying members spread across the supply chain, and this number is expected to increase this year. Please keep in mind that operations of the battery cluster started in January 2024, so we're increasing at a high pace. And this started with 14 companies in January of 2024. So with this growing momentum around lithium, around renewables, around the big battery-related investments, coordination has become essential, and this brings us to the role of the Battery Cluster Portugal. The cluster is a regional sectorial non-profit private organization, and it was created precisely to respond to this need for structured collaboration across the sector. To support this mission, we're working together with our partners with various initiatives. One of which is, and to finish my presentation, is in order to help the new players to navigate the sector and develop. We are developing a new platform to better connect the industry to our research. and to make technology transfer more efficient and effective. We call it the NGS Plus, the new generation storage platform. And if you're interested, I might talk a little more in the Q&A. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to reach out to us or to any of our partners, please feel free to do so through the email on the screen or on the Q&A. I'll do my best to make that connections happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diogo. So if there are questions from the audience, just raise your hand, unmute your microphone, and ask your question. Otherwise, first question from my side, Diogo. I mean, we talked already quite a lot, also on the Future Battery Forum, about the importance that we are tackling the problems we see in the battery industry right now on a European scale, not on a national scale. Could you comment on how do you see the role of Portugal in such a European battery ecosystem?
Well, I see Portugal as one of the players. I don't see ourselves as the Cristiano Ronaldo of the battery sector. I don't. I think we have some key advantages, but in order to compete, I think Europe has to work together, all countries or the majority of the countries that are more invested in the sector. I do think, although the political climate is not the best one right now, some key opportunities arrive from here, from the climate, especially on the defense part, where we are seeing already a lot of contracts being provided to our partners, and where basically buying from abroad, it's not a good perspective in order to have those projects accepted. So European supply chains and especially from ground, so from extraction up to the cell manufacturing, that's where the bottleneck is. I think this is where we need to concentrate. And this, I think we have some key advantages. But as I said, we have to work with Germany, we have to work with France, we have to work with all of our partners in order to be one big country.